Welcome back to our weekly walkthrough, where we bring the above, below, and talk about the transits you should know. So this is our week of September 29th through October 5th. And it's a late video. We're on Monday already. I'll do a quick recap of that day, but late start, slow week. With that, our theme of the week is the Queen of Swords. And this is Libra season as seen through the lens of Virgo Venus. We do currently have a wonderful little mutual reception between Libra Mercury and Virgo Venus that's making them a little bit more functional, but the two signs still can't see each other. They're too close. They're right next to each other. They're not really paying attention to each other. And it can make things a little tricky. But like our Queen of Swords is telling us to be discerning and direct, but for a purpose. Like this isn't about nitpicking the little stuff or trying to make everything work perfectly. It's about, okay, what does this relationship really need? We have thing A and thing B. How can they work together? So with that on Monday, we have our Capricorn moon. And this is, of course, moon in detriment, ruled by currently our Jupiterian Pisces Saturn. And we have a square that happened with Neptune in the early morning mountain time. And Moon and Mars, they had a pleasant conversation, but the moon doesn't really like talking to Mars in general. And then, of course, the square to the Libra sun, which brings us to our half moon. This means we are almost there. Once we hit the next lunation, we can officially say that we are out of eclipse season. But Monday, we have the Hanged One reversed. And this is this energy, particularly this version of the card, you know, stuff is falling out of its pockets. He's strung up by a snake. It's about resisting a situation you can't get out of. And if you can't get out of it, why are you resisting it? So when you're reviewing what happened Monday, or if you catch this Monday night and there's still a little bit of time left, think about how you can kind of relax into the constraints. Like if you're going to be stuck here anyway, how can it be less painful? How can you make something out of it? How can you do something within those constraints? Jumping over to Tuesday, our Mars day, we have the moon trine Virgo Venus. And then we touch base with the nodes, square Mercury, and then oppose Jupiter. This gives us the Seven of Swords reversed, and this is a particularly gesture clowny kind of one. And with that, I want you to think about on Tuesday where self-deception is keeping you from being honest about what's happened over the last month. Like, where are you creating conflicts and friction based on scarcity and based on not being willing to really reach out and change things, or to accept the things that are already being offered, even if they might need some adjustment. And it's also about just being honest about some of your complaints. Like, don't hold things in. Just speak truly, but not cruelly. When we jump over to Wednesday, Juno also jumps over into Sagittarius for my asteroid people. And I am not great at asteroids. I'm still learning, full disclosure, but Juno to me really speaks to commitment. Like Juno is also known as Hera. Some people look to it for the marriage component, but for me, Juno feels a little bit more contractual. So moving into Sagittarius, we do get that Jupiter boost from our exalted Jupiter in Cancer. But Capricorn moon is going to square Chiron, have a dialogue with Saturn before moving into Aquarius just before 2 in the afternoon, talk to Neptune, and then one of our few bigger transits for the week, we have Mercury square Jupiter. And that's at basically 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And with that, this can be kind of an argument moment because Mercury transmits what's happening. And when Mercury is transmitting from a square, there can be some friction. And so this, especially with Juno there, and we have our Queen of Wands, but again, our kind of gothic, darker version, and our old friend, the Knight of Coins reversed, who is our Dragon Slayer. It feels, again, about needs. Like we're in that Saturn energy. We're like, this is what I want. I'm not getting it, and I'm really frustrated by this. Because Jupiter is being ruled by the moon. And so with the moon in a Saturn sign, it's like we're shifting and looking at like, how are our relationships, needs, and safety connected right now? What are we getting, and how are we going to talk about it? So Wednesday feels like it might be a little hot under the collar. I want you to try to be more strategic, plan, slow down, create space, and good situational circumstances where you're able to for any of the dialogues that need to happen on Wednesday. On Thursday, Jupiter's day, we have the moon square Mars in Scorpio. And our Scorpio Mars is one of our more dignified planets in the sky right now. So he's kind of calling the shots with a lot of things. If like late Wednesday night, some sleep disturbances might happen, a little bit restless. Then the moon will trine the Libra sun, and that's kind of it. And with that, we have the dove. Like Thursday feels like a day outside of that really early morning territory where we can kind of just be like, okay, what is possible? What are the signs? Like, what am I hoping for? Where is there an opportunity for peace and for connection and for finding like the path forward? It could be a good omen day if you do any omen walks or anything like that. But I like Thursday. It feels like we just get this kind of moment where it's like, okay, here, maybe here. And then we jump over into Friday, and just after noon, Mercury opposes Chiron, which, you know, never fun, but maybe some clarity on some of that long-term wounding, because Chiron has been in Aries forever. And then the moon in Aquarius will sextile Chiron, and then we get a trine to Mercury before the moon moves over into Pisces, and almost immediately, like a couple hours later, but straight into orb, squares Uranus. So Friday night could be some unexpected insights, clarity, just getting hit with like, oh, is that what that is? And we do have this very meta card from the Alchemical Tarot, which is called Truth. And then we have Sunshine, or Sunrise, which is all about like the sun card in motion. There is some joy there. There is some play. It's like, what are we moving towards? What are we illuminating? What are we really seeing more clearly? This whole week feels like putting pieces together that we've been gathering for a while. And so Friday is a good opportunity to do that. Just try and keep the humor present. Now, Saturday, we have our Virgo Venus conjunct the South Node and opposing the North Node. And then we have the moon trine Mars. And Juno will oppose Uranus. And with that, we put it together and we get a Tower card. Now, this is a softer Tower card. It's about an angry phone conversation and like broken kettle on the floor. But it's still like there's some frustration there. There's like this spillover point. There's a I'm not going to put up with this anymore kind of energy Saturday. So really like try and have those conversations earlier in the week so you don't become a pressure cooker on the weekend. And with that, we close out our week on Sunday with that Pisces moon, again, giving us a nice mutual reception with Jupiter, which I talk about every month now. Moon will touch the nodes a little bit after 3 a.m. and then oppose Venus. So in the morning, if you're in a later time zone, you know, it could be a bit of an emotional morning. And then we get a trine with Jupiter and then a conjunction with Saturn before our Aries moon later at night. And so with this, we have the 10 of Wands and we have the Child of Staves. And this feels like an option. Like you can either sit down and check in with the messages or you can keep moving towards burnout. And so you know what choice I want you to make. But with that, I hope you have a happy week and let me know what you think.